Celebrity endorsements equal big bucks, but it seems companies aren't getting a return for their money, with 88% of ads not significantly increasing product sales, according to a recent study on celebrity advertisement effectiveness in 2010.
Interesting stat. The news has got advertisers headed straight back to the drawing board as celebs start losing their Midas touch on consumers.
Introducing a breath of fresh air.
From long lashes to luscious lips.
My colour? Still perfect.
Celebrities have been hired by advertisers for years to make us believe we can have it all.
Because we're worth it.
In the multi-billion-dollar advertising industry, the celebrity endorsements take a big chunk of the budget.
So one day, I ordered Proactive Solution. Within a couple of weeks, my skin cleared up fast.
How you doing?
Hello.
We're going to have a party for the LG Fashion Touch event.
Tabloid regulars have been used to sell cosmetics, perfumes, fake tan, even phones. But new research suggests celebrity-endorsed products don't increase sales. In fact, they can have a negative effect on the brands they are spruiking.
I want to find out what your feelings are, and did you learn anything?
Well, for more on this, we're joined now by advertising expert Matthew Bywater, owner and managing director of 4 Promote, and in Melbourne, marketing commentator Chris Grinnell from Grinnell Marketing. Good morning to you both. Matthew, we're going to start with you. What do you make of this research?
Yeah, well, it's definitely interesting. So I do believe that celebrities do have an impact on a brand, negative or positive. It still comes down to relevance, and too many companies these days see it as a quick silver bullet. You've got a big company, a big brand, big budget. Let's throw a big celebrity face up there, and we'll get some great awareness for the product. But the question is it relevant to the product?
Yeah, that is the big question. You advise companies on how to get maximum return for their advertising dollar. Do you recommend celebrity endorsements, or do you first find the relevance, then try and plug someone in that way?
It needs to have a fit. You know, we've seen it too many times where a brand, like people pull in a person, a celebrity, and say, look, this guy's very famous, everyone knows him, that will make my product big. But people look at it and go, well, what does Brad Pitt have to do with a Sunny TV?
Right.
You know, what's the fit?
But Tiger Woods doing golf, stuff makes sense.
Tiger Woods doing golf stuff makes sense at times, particularly when it's a brand like clothing, because that's a touch, emotional feeling thing we like to look at, and people want to be like Tiger.
Yeah. Well, George Clooney and coffee, I can kind of see how that works.
Maybe more for a woman.
Well, there you go. Maybe for a woman, there you go. Maybe research has shown that women buy those coffee makers. That's why.
No. That's your own research.
Is
that doesn't really show anything.
Chris, let's bring you in here. You know a lot more about this than what I do. But what's your take on celebrity endorsements? And do you like George Clooney?
Well, George Clooney's a great guy. But hi, Kylie. Hi, Larry. Look, I think if we go back to basics, when you hear a recommendation from somebody you trust, so your dad, your friend, and it might be about a restaurant or a TV show, you're far more likely to act on that if it's come from somebody that you know and respect than if it's come from somebody that you don't. And really, celebrity endorsements try to do that on a mass scale.
Chris, why do companies still reach for the big names to promote their brand? And is it sometimes because they've got nothing to sell?
Well, let me give you the theory. So the theory is there are two things going on here. One is about source credibility. So the idea is that because the source of the message is credible, people are far more likely to act upon it. The other one is about image transfer. All of us have got a personality, all of us have got a set of values which we're associated with, and in a sense the brand is trying to transfer that from the celebrity. That's the theory. I think the theory probably applies far less today than it did 10 or 50 or 100 years ago. But I think brand owners are still following it.
OK, Chris, there's a lot of research that goes into picking the right celebrity fit for the product. Just take us through briefly the process that's involved, because if Angelina Jolie's trying to sell me face cream, I kind of get it. I want to look like Angelina Jolie. But what's the process?
Well, it starts, Kylie, by understanding what your brand is known for. So if you're a CEO or a marketing director, the process starts with research to understand how people currently see your product. Then there's a strategy in place around what we call desired reputation. What do we want to be known for? And the celebrity really should be chosen to fit into that gap. Now, so often that's not the case. So often a celebrity is chosen for a different reason, just because they're a person of the moment, or perhaps because the CEO just admires them. But ideally, the celebrity should be selected to fit that gap. So they should have the same associations. They should be known to the people that are interested in the product. They should be admired. They should be respected.
Okay.
All right. Now, Matthew, there have been some endorsement success stories, of course. Jenny Craig doing very well in an association with Magda Szubanski. Ellen has had a huge impact on, is it the CoverGirl sales? So there are some huge success stories here.
Yeah, that's right, and that comes down to absolute relevance. When people looked at Magda, there's a couple of things there. One is she's a very believable person, so we have the connection there. The other thing is that Magda is actually doing the program all the way through. So it's not just she's saying, hey, try this out. She's saying, hey, I am doing this, watch me do it. So there's the real believable relevance to what she's actually saying.
Okay, Matthew, what do you think the next phase for advertising is then? Or will this celebrity thing always be popular if used correctly? We've shown that in some instances it can't.
Yeah, it's got to be used correctly.
Yeah.
So relevance to the brand, relevance to what people are saying. I think the next one too is getting them more interactive socially. Chris spoke about our social mediums and what they're doing. People are looking to friends and family saying, hey, what do you think about this product, rather than just superstars.
Yeah, Chris, just quickly, just off the top of your head, can you name, say, one that got it really right and one that got it really wrong? And Matthew, I'll ask you too, just off the top of your head.
I think a good example, I'm not sure if this counts as advertising, but Corinne Grant's association with World Vision, I think was very convincing, and I think it was very relevant. And I think the reason it was convincing, Matthew's touched on this, was that she was actively engaged in what World Vision were doing, and she'd followed it through. So I think that was an excellent association.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, really right. The Magda one's a great example. It's Jason Alexander's State, same thing with Jenny Craig, once again, excellent. Bad example, Shane Warne with the nicotine patches.
Yes, that didn't work out so good, did it? Thank you, Matthew.
I'm sorry, just before you go, Carly and I have got an idea about a laxative ice cream. Do you think that will fly or not?
Well, something may fly, I'm just not sure where.
Good answer.
Thanks, Matthew, and thank you, Chris.
This program brought to you by the Volkswagen Golf range. Powerful, fuel-efficient engines and German engineering. Just some of the qualities that make the Volkswagen Golf so desirable.
Well, as exciting as it is to bring home a newborn, it can also be completely terrifying as new parents learn how to care for their precious new gift. And with so much conflicting advice out there on how to